Hi. So last week for engineering class in school, I was told to build a golf ball launcher. And so here's how it went. So in order to build our golf ball launcher, we're going to enter these into a competition to see who can hit a bullseye on a target that's maybe about 2 feet. So in order to do that, first we understand what the challenge is. Good thing we were given this document on what the challenge is. So basically what's going to happen is there's going to be a target placed 10 to 20 feet away, and basically all we have to do is just hit the target. It's kind of like archery. Bullseye is more points, outside is less points. Except here's the catch. There's going to be a barrier between you and the target they have to shoot over, except every time it's going to be moved. So you have to be able to have some sort of adjustability in your machine, whether that be angle or firing power. Also, the second catch is that we're only allowed to use a limited amount of materials. For instance, we're only allowed to use 1 sheet of Econowood, which is 12 by 24 inches, 12 inches of PVC pipe, 12 inches of dowel rod, hardware like nuts, bolts, and screws, a spring or two, 6 rubber bands, a 3D printed part, and Vex material, which is kind of like advanced people Legos. So anyway, with all that out of the way, here's a couple sketches of how we figured this out. So basically here, we used our 1 sheet of Econowood mixed with some springs, dowel rods, PVC pipe, and a bunch of glue, and we basically have this. So basically what our sketch is we're going to have a piece of Econowood laser cut to have like an arch, and that can be our adjustability and angle when we have a plate in. So when we move it up and down, that can adjust how we shoot over the barrier. Also, we have an adjustability and firepower, as you can see by the top view, is we have a pin and a hole. So when you put the pin inside of the hole, it can hold a rubber band back, so you can either pull it further back or you can let it go forward, thus giving more power or less power. So basically our final design on how it's going to work is we have the pin going into a spring or a hole or something that's going to hold back the PVC pipe, and then when we remove the pin, the PVC pipe is going to shoot forward and hit the ball at the front. So anyway, once we have our final design made, we showed it to our engineering teacher to get final approval. And once he gave us final approval after a couple tweaks, we went onto the computer and used a software called Inventor, which is kind of like the school version of Fusion 360, and we had it made up on the computer so that way we can have our parts laser cut. And here's our final product, made out of cardboard, just to make sure that we had all of our dimensions correct. So here we have our little arches with our plate, which you can put in here, and this will adjust your angles. We also have here, this is the pin idea that we were talking about, where we can put a pin through these holes. When they stack on top of each other like this, we have a pin going through the entire thing, which can hold back a rubber band. We laser cut 4 of these, just to make sure we had extra stability, and then we had these 2 plates kind of as feet, just to adjust the angles. Where are my glasses? It was at this point in the video where I got the best compliment from a partner: "You are the most I have the you need person all the time I know." Yeah, I pulled out a roll of duct tape from my backpack alongside my collapsible stool. I have what you need all the time, always. I mean, look at this. It literally just like folds up. That's insane, right? And you can even go to different lengths. I use this as a table when I stayed after. I'm getting off track. So anyway, after another day of waiting, we finally got our laser cut out of Econowood, and I also might have forgot to record the putting together process. So here it is. Basically, what we have here is our arches, which we can have our final design in. I soon to realize that they're very weak, and I broke many of them. We also have here our PVC pipe idea, and we also put in a 3D printed part because we decided that it would make it work better. And here's our little pin, so when you remove the pin, the springs shoot forward. Where did I throw that golf ball? So anyway, yeah, so we have the golf ball, put it right into there, and when you remove the pin, this shoots forward and hits the golf ball. I'm not going to actually fire it, I'll leave that until we have the testing video, because this actually broke several times. This is literally being held together by glue. It's going to snap if I do it again. So, and I want to keep this nice. This is my last bit of dowel rod. So yeah, that's how it works. Then here's the plate. As you put it in, that's the foot on how it stands up, so you adjust angles. So anyway, now that we had our final design laser cut and all assembled all together, we did a couple minor tweaks just to make sure it just wasn't going to completely fall apart. We started to do some testing, and then, well, since we didn't record it, here is our competition. 3, 2, 1.
It's like blue or black. Blue.
3, 2, 1.
Miss.
3, 2, 1.
Oh!
No! That's gotta be something.
Competition is over.
3,
No, I'm in IED.
2,
Coming back from something.
grade in half. Well, 4 out of 10. Not great, not where I wanted to be, but that's top 50%, and I'll take it. So anyway, that's the end of the video. Huge thanks to my whole group. I couldn't have done it without them. They were a huge help during this whole thing. I could no way do this all alone. So anyway, thank you all for watching, and our next project is actually going to be a marble sorter, where we dump a bunch of marbles into a contraption that's going to sort them all by color, size, clearness, if that's a word, like light. Never mind. You'll see. It's going to be a great video. So anyway, catch you guys next time.